background sa Pilipinas.
Ay, ito mo, Mr. Maganda ta.
Hindi siya actually matanggal tanan.
Mister! Bakit itong background sa Pilipinas? Background sa Pilipinas? Oh, sure! Gusto kayo discuss naman ninyo? Sige! Tara! Tara!
The historical background of Philippine democratic politics. The evolution of Philippine politics may be presented through the various historical periods that the country has undergone. The pre-colonial period. Before the Spaniards arrived in the Philippines in 1521, there already existed a system of governance in pre-colonial Philippines. The Philippines was an archipelago organized into several independent and self-sufficient political units known as the barangay. The stratification was based on class, which include nobility, maharlika, freeman, timawa, the serf, aliping namamahay, the slaves, aliping sa gigilid. The Spanish period. Ferdinand Magellan's arrival in the Philippines in 1521 became the Spanish crown's basis for the occupation of the archipelago. A number of expeditions were sent to formally colonize the archipelago. During Miguel de Lopez's conquest of the islands in 1565, the formal establishment of a colonial government take place. The pre-colonial government was characterized by independent barangay. The Spaniards consolidated power under a centralized government which was led by the Gobernador General. The Gobernador General was likewise an all-powerful individual. The Spaniards appointed the chieftains as the cabeza de barangay. The unified barangays composed the pueblos or town, which were led by the Gobernadorcillo, little governor. The consolidated towns then formed into provinces, which could be categorized into two. Alcaldía, provinces full subjugated headed by the alcalde mayor. Corregimiento, provinces that were not entirely pacified under Spanish authority led by corregidor. Royal Audiencia is an independent body created to hear and solve cases. The Revolutionary period. The propaganda movement led by key figures such as Jose Rizal, Marcelo H. del Pilar, and Graciano Lopez Haina advocated reforms such that the same rights and freedoms being enjoyed in Spain would also be granted to Filipinos. However, the failure of the propaganda to initiate changes in the society gave birth to a secret association, the KKK. The Katipunan was governed by the following: Kataas-taasang Sanggunian, Supreme Council; Sangguniang Balangay, Provincial Council; Sangguniang Bayan, Popular Council; Sangguniang Hukuman, Judicial Council. The divisions of the Katipunan into two factions, the Magdalo and the Magdiwang. On March 22, 1897, General Emilio Aguinaldo was elected as president. On November 1, 1897, Aguinaldo established the Biak na Bato Republic. The American period. The signing of the Treaty of Paris signaled the end of the Spanish-American War. William H. Taft became the first civil governor of the Philippines. In 1902, the Philippine Act, or the Cooper Act, was enacted, which provided for the creation of a Philippine legislature. By 1916, the Philippine Autonomy Act, or also known as Jones Law, provided for the reorganization of the Philippine legislature. until in 1934, Tidings McDuffie Act, or known as Philippine Independent Act. It established the Philippine Commonwealth. President Manuel Quezon and Vice President Sergio Osmeña headed the first Commonwealth government.
Of the Japanese military on January 3, 1942. So it signaled the establishment of Japanese military to control over the city and surrounding areas, leading to hardships and human rights abuses for the local Filipino population. The Philippine Executive Commission, or PAC, a civil government that would temporarily rule the country. And in 1943, a new constitution was promulgated, and Jose P. Laurel served as its president, also called the Second Republic. Post-war era. The structure of post-war Philippine politics and government was founded on the 1935 Constitution. The first president of the Third Republic was Manuel Rojas, followed by Elpidio Quirino, Ramon Magsaysay, Carlos P. Garcia, Diosdado Macapagal, and the first term of Ferdinand Marcos. In the post-war era, countries focused on reconstruction and recovery. Decolonization led to the independence of many colonies. Technological advancements and economic growth reshaped societies, while social and cultural changes took place globally. Martial law era and the Fourth Republic. In 1965, Ferdinand Marcos was elected to the presidency, and his administration was characterized by increased agricultural productivity and massive infrastructure development, and lastly, defining diplomatic policy. Under Marcos' administration, a new constitution was adopted in 1973. The 1973 constitution provided that the Philippines will have a modified parliamentary form of government. And during the martial law, the political rights and civil liberties of the people, as well as their human rights, were suppressed and violated. The EDSA People Power, which ousted Marcos and ended his dictatorial rule. Post-EDSA period. The period from 1986 onward is the restoration of democracy. A revolutionary government was created following Corazon Aquino's ascent to presidency. When the new Philippine Constitution was ratified in 1987, a democratic and republican government was established. The post-EDSA era, or also known as the Fifth Republic, and Corazon Aquino served as the first president of the Fifth Republic. But today, the Philippines is headed by Rodrigo Duterte, the first president to have hailed from Mindanao.